we're back. So, we have a kind of an announcement to make. Actually, no, not really. Eric's a dick. We're late because Eric's a dick. So, there you go. In case you were wondering why we're so late, it's because Eric's a dick. He decided to just start cooking behind me, and then not only did he start cooking, he decided to just sit back there and eat because he's a dick. Anyway, today we'll be talking about a show, an anime show. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. It's called Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Or what the fuck are you doing?
Drinking coffee.
He's a fucking dick. And there's actually a pretty interesting opportunity where you guys can make $100,000. So let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
You did the steel straw on purpose, didn't you? It's a steel straw.
It's always been a steel straw.
Yeah, but why do you have to be like clack 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 clack
I always like to mix it up.
But you don't have to like. You can do it like
you know,
smooth.
you
can do it smooth. You know, we have a
people-
mic that's really like open and hot, and you know it's like it catches everything and catches all the sound, and you're like clack 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 clack
But, you know,
clack.
people notice faux pas way more when you deliberately call attention to them. You're supposed to keep rolling on with the show.
Well, it's annoying me.
People don't make.
It's annoying me.
People.
It's annoying me.
People don't
It's
notice
annoying
when
me.
it's annoying
a
band.
It's annoying me.
Makes a mistake on stage. The band notices it, and only when they cause a fit, that's when people notice.
All right, but let's just say when a band, like, let's say the mistake that let's say the guitar player made is, I don't know, just going like when it's not supposed to go. You notice it.
You notice it, but if you as the bass player all of a sudden just throw it up in the air and be like, all right, fuck it, then that'd be worse.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to acknowledge things because people are like, hey, why wouldn't they just acknowledge that dude's like a total piece of shit? Why wouldn't they just acknowledge that? Because he's just like all over the place.
Well, I mean, if we had started at the right time, it would have been fine. But
you weren't ready.
You weren't ready.
You weren't ready.
It was 10:15. You hadn't started the show.
No. I could have gone very easily.
But you did not.
No, you just walk out there and you just started cooking like a dumbass.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, I started cooking in the kitchen.
Anyway.
I'm a big old sinner.
Yes. I go on a 10. I go on a 10. I go on a 10. I go on a 10.
Then why did you not go on a 10?
Because you were cooking.
I was not out here at 10. I was out here at 10:15.
No, you were not out here at 10:15. Go fuck your mother.
I have enough YouTube videos to prove the time.
Yo, you know what? All right, prove it.
All
right, do it. In the meantime, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World on YouTube and on Twitch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live. If you want to send me any comments, questions, or suggestions, that's easy. This is what you do. It just hop on the chat. You can also send me something privately if you want on Instagram at Super Dario World and at Dario SDW. So, did you find what you were looking for?
Yep, 1 minute plus 5 minutes plus 8 minutes. Subtract that from 10 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was watching over here.
You watched a 1 minute video?
Yeah.
1 minute plus 5 minutes plus 10 minutes? That's 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, you said 10 minutes?
Well, what time is this?
26. So it would be 10:27.
Yes.
So see, again, you're lying.
No, it's
because you were there way earlier.
I was not.
You were there way earlier.
Well, you know where you were not? Doing the show.
I was here. Yeah. I was. You know what? I was like, you know what? Dude's hungry. I'll give him a shot.
It hasn't been.
I'm assuming that he's just gonna make some food and then just he's gonna not be a dick and leave. But you were a dick and you just sat back there because you're a dick.
It has not been the first time I've been cooking while you do a show. Been no problem. All of a sudden he decides to go and bitch about it.
Listen. Usually you start cooking while I'm already on the air, so it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not just gonna pause it because you're just gonna walk back there and cook. It's not like I love it, but it's like, all right, fine, whatever. You're just gonna do it.
Well, you should go back to those days of Dario when he was a professional.
What?
He would just keep on rolling.
Listen, you're not a professional.
I miss that.
You don't
Dario.
understand. Listen, just because I can roll with the punches
R.I.P.
doesn't mean
that
you're not
Dario.
a dick. You're a fucking dick. Anyway,
that was a good
we will
Dario.
be talking about.
Not great, but
we
good.
will be talking about Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. But before we do that, I noticed a piece of news that I found pretty interesting. For those of you who are fans of the anime Fairy Tail, I'm not among you. I've never actually seen this. Have you ever seen Fairy Tail?
Yeah, I have watched like 30 episodes.
Well, there's a kind of a big piece of news that's related to how many episodes are there?
It's a shonen anime.
Oh, okay. So there's like a million.
Yeah.
So there's a big piece of news from the creator of Fairy Tail, the manga, and that's he's offering 10 million yen as a prize to indie game developers because he really wants a video game made of Fairy Tail. Now, for those of you who are wondering, how much is 10 million yen? Let's say roughly
Subtract 2 zeros.
Yeah, roughly $100,000. So it's a lot of money. For a video game, is it a lot of money? How much do they get paid?
How much would it, or 1 million? How much did it go to?
What do you mean? 10 million.
Yeah. How much does that go in dollar? Does it say there?
No, it just says 10 million yen. Remember, Japan is closed off to the world.
So if it's 100,000, right?
Yeah, roughly. So let's say
that's not a lot of money for game development, but indie devs do.
I think
do
it's
with
just.
way less.
I think it's just for the prize. I don't know. Let's just read here. Per Crunchyroll, manga creator Hiro Mashima is offering 10 million yen, about 90,000 USD, to the indie developer who can create the best pitch for a Fairy Tail video game. So it's just the pitch. Publisher Kodasha Game Creators Lab has added another 5 million yen, approximately 45,000 USD, to the prize pool as well, and has promised to support the winner of the contest in developing the game. Mashima is an outspoken Monster Hunter addict and hardcore gamer, and has stated that he doesn't care what type of game they come up with, he just wants it to be good. RPGs, action games, platformers, simulation, visual novels, FPS, puzzles, cards, whatever, Metroidvania and sandbox games can look interesting too. Zombie games are fine as well, Mashima said, adding, "It doesn't even matter how small the game is. The only conditions for the project are that it must be able to be developed within a year." That's insane. Should target iOS and Android as its primary platforms, and developers must agree to hand the rights to the game over to Kodansha, who will eventually publish the title. Kodansha has opened a website for the competitions. The indie developers can submit their pitches directly. So there you go. If you are a video game developer and you're a fan of Fairy Tail and you want to give up the rights to a game or want to develop a mobile game?
Mobile game.
Yeah, that kind of kills it a little, doesn't it?
Well,
Makes it less fun.
they could go. See, Fairy Tail is a very action, fantasy, RPG kind of thing. Gives those vibes. I mean, you'd probably just make it like a Dynasty Warriors clone or something.
Probably.
One of those. Or just copy the One Piece games, really.
There you go.
The thing about Fairy Tail is it's not very well made.
Okay.
Like, the power systems and everything in Fairy Tail, they don't make sense at all. It's all based on... that. Usually, where, shonen anime, they say, like, oh, it's the power of friendship and all that.
Of course.
Fairy Tail is, like, the quintessential, like, you're gonna win because of the power of friendship. Because you're just gonna... The power of friendship gives you a power-up that allows you to get strong enough to beat the guy.
Well, that's just fucking bullshit. I'm glad I never wasted my time on that.
And, I mean, it's got cool stuff. And Ezra is best girl.
Ezra would be redhead? Yeah, you could totally tell.
Yeah.
Who's the Ezra here? What's her name? Like,
she's Lucy.
Jenny? Ah, damn it, I was close.
They were not close with Jenny.
Super close.
You got one letter right.
Exactly. Close enough. That's 25%.
Well, it depends on if it's Jenny with 2 N's.
Listen, Jenny was a friend of mine. Anyway, let's continue.
Also, that guy looks like Dragon from One Piece. The one on the left. Anyway. I never really loved Fairy Tail. I could see it being some kind of mobile game. In Japan, I know that they're huge.
I don't get it, but alright. So, that's it. In case you were wondering about that little piece of news, we're moving on to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. So, Eric... Eric has not seen the show in its entirety, but he knows the song. And actually,
which is really the best part of the show.
And you're wrong. You're wrong. You're so wrong.
Overwhelmingly the best
wrong. Listen, it's a great song. I'll give you that. But you're so wrong. For those of you who've never seen the show, it's on Netflix, and it's basically a. Is that a plane? Anyway, it is a mystery drama. It's a supernatural mystery drama, and it's fantastic. Basically, I'll tell you a story of how I watched it, why I watched it even, because I was, cruising Netflix, and then all of a sudden,
a sexy anime girl dressed up as a bunny.
I was cruising Netflix, and then I saw the title for this.
Smile says everything.
Yeah, I saw the title for this, and I'm like, what the hell is this show? Like, you know what? I'm about to have dinner, and I don't really want to like watch something that I have to pay like a lot of attention to. So like, this seems like a fun, silly comedy. And I saw the quick little trailer they have there, and they kind of sell it as a rom-com. That's the way that they're trying to market it, and it is funny, but it is not a rom-com. It is definitely hardcore drama. It's a super, like I said, supernatural mystery drama, and honestly, it's in many ways, it's on par with, let's say, the Clanads of the world. It's a little bit more supernatural than Clanad, and it's, let's just say, it doesn't go as dark as Clanad, but it's on par. It's a different form. It's slightly more lighthearted.
Would you say? Well, you haven't seen Haruhi. That's the one I've seen like mostly compared to in terms of. It's like a high school life thing, but it's also a lot of supernatural elements. They're integral to the story. And while Clanad, it feels almost like they weren't even needed, in my opinion.
No,
the supernatural elements, they kind of subtract from it.
But it's fun. Like,
it's fun, but you know the second part's the better part, and the second part barely has any supernatural.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it, but it's also fun. I like the supernatural, and here the supernatural part it's a key thing, but it doesn't feel like it's overwhelmingly a supernatural world. In fact, it feels like the only people who know that they're in a supernatural world are the main characters, and that gives it an interesting little like a little spin. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's kind of like the Clanad thing, where the only people who know that's a supernatural thing that's occurring is the people who are actually going through it, and they actually take up a lot of fun little tropes from fantasy and stuff. For example, there's a time loop there's a point where they get stuck in a time loop.
It's really Haruhi.
There's a body swap. There is a clone that shows up. There is a being forgotten. So there's a bunch of different storylines, and every girl and every character has their own different issue. But let's just
remind me of Body Swap later, because I gotta recommend you an anime on that.
Okay, so let's just go through the basics of the story, how it's set up. And so basically, the story begins when a guy sees a really hot upperclassman. Is that senpai, right?
Senpai.
Senpai means upperclassman, who is walking around a library wearing a bunny suit. Right? Imagine like old school Playboy bunny suits. She's walking around like that, and nobody's reacting to her. Nobody. So the guy's like, the fuck is happening? You know, one of those things like
it's like me when I walk out in society. Am I the only one seeing this madness?
Is it me? Anybody else can see this? Anyway, so he decides to talk to her, and it turns out that the girl is disappearing. She was actually like a former model and famous person, actress, and she's disappearing. For some reason, people aren't seeing her anymore, and for some reason, he can see her. And he apparently is the perfect person to help her with this particular situation, because he knows of something known as the teenage syndrome, or he has something that he calls the teenage syndrome.
Also known as Chunibyo.
No, that's different. Chunibyo is something else.
Well, explain what would be the...
Well, what he calls the teenage syndrome is basically supernatural things happening to teenagers. And it's happened to his family, and it's led to kind of really fucked up situations. For example, his sister, for some reason, she was getting bullied at school, and all of a sudden, like, physical injuries started appearing all over her body. So the more they were mean to her, the more she got cut out of nowhere. And for him, so she ended up in the hospital. It was a really bad thing. For him, what happened is that a giant claw mark appeared on his chest. Like, imagine if a bear just ripped through your chest. He ended up in the hospital and all that stuff. And it's not exactly... Like, this is the mystery part of the show. Like, why did that happen? What is it? What's going on? And it's very interesting because it's subtle. It's there. It's something that you know that they have to resolve, and you want to know what it is, but it's not the major part of the show. It's like they're dealing with the symptoms of the teenage syndrome, but you know that looming in the background is the cause of the whole situation, and they don't go into it directly because the symptoms are more important, and they're actually a lot more fun. in many ways, and others are kind of fucked up. Like I said, the sister kind of fucked up situation.
I mean, it sounds interesting.
Dude, it's a great show, and it doesn't pull punches in many ways.
I bet you skip the intro every time.
No, I listened to it the first time.
You're a whore.
Listen, we have this fight every single time with every single show. I watched the intro once, and then I'm done. I don't like wasting time on intros. Eric likes hearing it every single time.
Only the good ones. I'll skip the bad ones. Like, I skipped most of Naruto's intros, because a lot of them were shitty.
Okay.
But I have to watch them at least once to make sure they're good.
Yeah.
If they're good, I gotta watch them.
Yeah. So, the show's, right now there's one season out, and there's a movie. I have not been able to find the movie, because I don't know why. Honestly, it's like, I really want to watch the movie, because it's also part of another central mystery of the show. The point is, the show's a freaking mystery. It's a, like I said, mystery, supernatural mystery drama, and the biggest mystery of the show is all related to one particular girl. This girl right here, whose name is Shoko Makinohara. Did I get that right? Shoko Makinohara?
Shoko Makinohara.
Anyway, and this girl is the girl who shows up and helps him, and when he's, you know, clawed out and he's having psychological issues and he's dealing with the sister stuff, and then all of a sudden the girl disappears and nobody's ever heard of her. She doesn't go to the school that he goes to, and it's all, again, he's trying to figure out that mystery while at the same time he's trying to help out other girls that are going through the same thing, and at the same time it's a romance. The romance going up right in the middle of it, and he does the classic dumbass guy thing where he's helping a girl not realizing that he's actually getting fucking up his relationship. It's fun. It's interesting stuff. It's great. Like I said, there's a body swap. Who doesn't like a good body swap?
You watched Your Name, right?
Yes.
That was a good one.
That might be my favorite body swap.
Maybe, because that is the whole premise.
Here, it's not, I'll be honest, it's not as great of a body swap because it's like two sisters. So it's like, been there, seen that, doesn't really matter. But it's a body swap.
It's only fun when it's, a guy, goes into the body of the girl, right?
No, it has to be something, like, for example, I loved Freaky Friday because it's a mom-daughter thing. And
I like it because it's a fantastic film.
But well, of course. But it's one of those things where it's like, what happened to Lindsay Lohan? But it's one of those things where you're like, it has to be something that they're not in the same situation. Like, for example, the sisters, they're both kind of in the same age range. So you're like, well,
they're interchangeable.
Yeah, it's
really.
like, I'm going from one year high school to another year high school. That's not as fun. It has to be like, I'm going from high school to being the CEO of a company. Like,
yeah. And hilarity ensues.
Yeah. What am I supposed? I'm going from being the CEO of a company to getting yelled at by teachers. What the hell? I'm going from being a 40-year-old man to having a period. What the hell's going on?
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans too.
But you gotta have the boob moment.
Of course.
Of like,
I missed it. That's actually probably my favorite moment from Your Name. Every single time he wakes up, he's just like, boobs. And the sister, you're a pervert. So, again, I did not expect shit from the show. I expected it to be stupid, silly. Just I'll watch 1-2 episodes. I'll turn my brain off. But I was hooked. I could not stop watching. It's really good. I want to read the stupid books because I want to know what the mystery is. I want to watch the stupid movie because I want to know what the mystery is. I think that's probably my only knock on it. That the show on Netflix, it gives you a satisfying enough ending, but it doesn't solve like the bigger mysteries. And so now it's like, well, I gotta watch all the other. I gotta find this movie somewhere. I don't even know if it's in America yet.
Hey, look it up.
Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl.
Bunny Girl Senpai movie.
It's Rascal Does Not Dream of the Dreaming Girl. I know because that's the name of the book.
I know because that's what popped up when I put a Bunny Girl Senpai movie.
Yeah, actually, the titles of the books are pretty good. Like Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Rascal Does Not Dream of Demon Girl. Rascal Does Not Dream of... damn it. The title franchise is actually pretty good. Is it out? It came out.
No, that's the Senpai. We're gonna watch the movie.
I don't know. Let's see. We're figuring this out live, guys. You're welcome. Yeah, came out a few years ago. Like I said, first season's on Netflix. It's great. It's a great watch. Eric loves the opening. It's a banger. That's how you described it, right? It's a banger.
Oh, hell yeah. It's by the Peggies.
Peggies
are a great band. They got like this sort of a grungy style, but it's like a 3-piece girl band,
Yeah.
like rock band.
Yeah.
Great.
Since he hasn't watched the full show, we can't really make our usual debate for best girl, unfortunately.
But I can make an ignorant claim.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So first off, who do you think, like, just looking at them, would be the best girl? And second, who do you think is my favorite girl?
Let's see. I'm gonna.
All right. Again,
I'm gonna eliminate.
Remember, most people just listen to this, so you kind of have to describe them.
Right,
so
all right,
there's 6 options in front of Eric.
I need to eliminate a few.
Okay, so let me just describe them first. All right, so and I'll give you the names so that it's easier for you to follow along. Okay, so there's six girls here.
Yeah.
The bunny girl would be Mai Sakurajima. Imagine like model-like girl, kind of tall, slender, dark hair, light eyes. Then you got Tomoe Koga, who is a underclassman. Kohai.
Kunai is a knife.
Okay, that's true. Kind of like pixie haircut, light brown hair. Then you got
She's obviously tsundere.
Rio Futaba is kind of like the nerdy girl with big boobs, long hair, glasses. Then you got Nodoka Tokoyama, blonde girl, slender, petite, let's say, but younger as well. Also, okay, you just said it. Kohai, thank you. Then you got Kaede Asukagawa, light brown hair, pigtails, also younger.
She's a little sister, right?
Yep. And Shoko Makinohara, dark-haired girl, kind of like the girl next door type of look. There you go. Those would be the options.
All right, I'm gonna eliminate Shoko.
You're eliminating Shoko. Why?
She seems like a lesser Mai.
Okay.
It's like just in terms of design, they look very similar, but she looks like she'd be like, I don't know. She's wearing like this weird outfit. Makes me think she's already dead. Yeah, I don't know. I'm eliminating her.
Okay.
Mai saves herself by, well, that bunny suit though.
Yeah, but that bunny suit though. That bunny suit though.
I'm gonna eliminate top left, the
Tomoe Koga.
Yeah, I can tell her personality just by seeing her. They've obviously made some sort of flat chest joke in the show, I would imagine.
Actually, her introduction is fucking hysterical. It's hysterical. Mm-hmm. The main character finds a kid who's lost, and he's like trying to help the kid, and she thinks that he's like a pedophile trying to steal a kid. So she runs up and just kicks him in the ass, and she kicks him in the ass. He's like, hey, "What are you doing with this kid? No, I'm gonna save you." And the guy's like, "I'm helping the kid." And the kid's like, "He's helping me. I lost my mom." And the girl's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize." Like, "Well, you kicked me in the ass, so I have to kick you in the ass to be even." And the girl's like, "All right, fine, do it." So from there, you're like, she's fucking great.
Does he kick her in the ass?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, the main character is very similar to the main character from Clanhead. He's a rascal, dude. He's a rascal. He's a scoundrel. He's a criminal. No, what's it called? Like, what do they call the guy from Clanhead? A criminal? No. Yeah, criminal, right?
No, it's what the Japanese are weird. They say, fuck, it's gonna bother me. Delinquent.
Delinquent, yes.
Delinquent.
He's a delinquent. So, there you go.
He's not a criminal. He's just, you won't be surprised if in 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's working for the mob or whatever. Anyway, so you keep going.
I'm gonna eliminate her. The ditzy blonde. I don't think she's that relevant. Keep in mind, I haven't seen the show.
No.
I'm going to say...
He's just speculating 100%.
She seems like that character who, she's there, she's eye candy, she sort of appears every few episodes. Sort of like, you remember, what was that show? With 8-Man.
8-Man? Snafu.
Yeah, with Snafu. You remember the white-haired chick?
Yes.
I would imagine her something like that, where she, sort of pops in every now and then. She's obviously a side character.
I love you.
But she's side candy,
Okay, side candy.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. You have 2 left.
I do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the sister.
The sister? You going sister's best girl?
Yeah, only because I've seen her dressed up with that bear onesie.
Yeah, that is pretty adorable. And she's a total weirdo, and her story's actually pretty fantastic. Like I said, this show's great. You don't expect it. It's funny when you find a show that you don't expect it to be good and it turns out to be fantastic.
Is it Kyoto Annie?
What?
Kyoto Animation?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't checked that stuff. I can look it up.
Hang on, I got.
All right, there you go. But yeah, you know what? You were very wrong on all your guesses.
What do you mean? I haven't seen the show.
You haven't seen.
I must be entirely accurate.
You've seen parts of it. You should know.
I literally only watched, I think, 2 episodes as they were coming out.
Oh, okay.
So like week to week, and I just didn't keep watching that season.
You're missing out. It's a highly enjoyable show.
Cloverworks was a studio.
Cloverworks. What else have they done?
That was rebranded from A1 Pictures. Ah, interesting. Okay. They've done Darling in the Franxx, Bunny Girl Senpai, a Fairy Tale thing. Ironic.
Yeah.
Wait, that can't be right. Fairy Tale ended a long time ago. Ah, they did the final season for Fairy Tale. Okay. Promise Neverland.
Oh, really?
Fate Grand Order.
Promise Neverland's good. I'll maybe do an episode of it when the season 2 comes out.
Oh, they did the movie for Saikano. That's great. You would love Saikano.
What's it about?
It's a harem.
I love it.
Love it already. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
Get it up. Eric just started watching Seinfeld, so he's enjoying Kramer a lot.
A lot.
All right. So, did you figure out where I can watch the damn movie? Because I kind of want to watch something today.
Is that the right?
Wait, Sinville, Promise Neverland season 2 is already out. Really? Is it? I don't know.
Is it
I have to
already
look it
out?
up.
Well, I think it is.
All right, it's already started.
Let me see. Because I did see that they're doing it as well. January 8th, 2021. Yeah, it already aired. I don't know if it's available here in America already.
Heard it was a letdown though. Ooh.
I heard the manga was a letdown. I don't know if they fix it.
Well, listen,
That's actually something that's been happening a lot. I've heard that
they don't know how to close shows or stories.
No, usually you would think so. An anime adapts a manga.
Yes.
And then the anime fucks it up at some point.
Yes.
And people say, "Well, go read the manga. It's better."
Yeah.
But for example, the Demon Slayer manga ended.
Okay.
And a lot of people thought it was a little bit rushed.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of went like, they thought it was a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
And it seems like the show is actually going to try to focus on fixing the manga.
Dude, I hope they do that with a lot of stuff. Like, for example, I haven't seen the second season yet, but Quintessential Quintuplets, I saw the first season, loved it. I read all the manga, and the ending, I was like, this was just rushed. I'm not upset with who the girl who he ended up picking was. I just felt that at the end, it was like, I just want to finish this, so I'm just going to rush everything there. Also, which one was it?
Domestic Girlfriend.
Thank you for pissing me off. Domestic fucking Girlfriend. The ending is fucking disgustingly terrible. So I'm hoping that the manga, that the anime would fix it. But now I don't know if there's even going to be a season 2.
The thing is, well, you can't fix something that's inherently bad.
What do you mean?
You can fix something that was rushed.
Okay. Yes. So I think.
But you can't fix something that it's just a bad idea.
You know what?
You can't code around it.
I actually managed to fix, because if you've listened to my podcast for a while and you listen to the whole Game of Thrones stuff, I like fixing things. It's an enjoyable situation for me. So I'm like, okay, what could they do with the elements that they already had set up, and how could this actually be pretty bad? All right, so no, season 2 for Domestic Girlfriend, the author doesn't want it to have one. Well, of course, because he wants the ending of the show, because the ending of the show is actually in season 1, it's okay. Really?
You didn't know?
The writer's a girl?
Yeah.
It explains so fucking much. Jesus Christ. I didn't know.
Are you about to get sexist up in here?
No. I'm just, let's just say about writing. You know what?
Oh, because
you know what? You know what? I was about to go on a rant of why Domestic Girlfriend sucked, the ending. I'll just save it for next week. I'll save it for next week. You can if you want, you can watch the show. If you want, if
I don't
not,
want to watch Domestic Girlfriend because it sucks balls.
if you want, if not, if you don't even have to, you can just listen to me rant about why it fucking sucks, and I'll tell you how I would have fixed it. I'll break down the whole fucking thing. I know it off the top of my head. I only read it once, and it still pisses me off. So I will go through that next week. I already know what we're gonna do next week, so there you go.
The opening was a banger, I agree, but Dario would always skip it anyway.
No, I like the banger, the with the piano thing. What's the, how the fuck do you know the opening? You never saw the fucking show.
Because I'm a weeb. What do you think I listen to when I drive? I put on the anime radio thing on YouTube Music, and I just hit them beats.
But doesn't that make you at least a little bit curious to watch the fucking show?
It's very similar to the Full Metal Alchemist opening, actually.
Yes, I agree. No, we did this game once. We were on a road trip to Ensenada, and Eric would just play like the first few seconds of a song and have to figure out which one it is. I missed every time.
Normal songs or anime?
Anime songs.
Yeah.
I missed like every time. And Eric would try to give me hints. He'd be like, "You watched this show." And I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't fucking help at all." It's like, "You watched it?"
It's a psychological drama about mechs and young, 14-year-old boy with depression.
Oh my god.
Wink, wink.
Listen, all you have to do was say depression, and it's like, all right, I
got it.
Easy. Evangelion, which we still haven't finished, by the way.
Well, you didn't watch it.
What do you mean I didn't watch it?
Did you rewatch the show?
No, actually, I did. I did one better. I bought the mangas, and I was like, I want to.
But that's a different story.
I want to see that story so that I compare it to the show. Listen, I like doing research. I like doing research. Okay, but the mangas are actually pretty big. It's like a brick per. It's 4 of them. So I was like, man, I didn't see this coming. But maybe that story is better.
I don't know. It's
debatable. Anyway, that's a good place to stop. Like I said, next week, if you're interested, I will be breaking down Domestic Girlfriend. I guess we can do the show first, and then I'll break down why the fucking manga sucks. Because I've done this before. I've broken down why the ending of something sucks. Like, what was the name? Blue something? Blue... If I check the name of my videos, you should probably figure it out. Blue... Did you not see that episode?
I know what you're talking about, but I never watched the show.
Damn it. This is gonna annoy me. Check it out. It's an Otako Tuesday. Why the ending of Blue something sucked. Damn it. This is gonna annoy the hell out of me. Alright. Blue Flag. Okay, I remembered. Why the ending of Blue Flag sucked. It was terrible.
I did think Blue Exorcist, but I knew he hasn't watched it.
Is the ending also terrible?
No, it's just unfinished.
Oh yeah, dude, and I've been watching like a lot of stuff that just sucks at the end. Like I was watching Shameless, the final season. It sucked. It was terrible. It's one of those things that's like, what happened? Well, I understand why they did it. Because imagine they closed out the storyline for one character, and the left they kind of kept it open. The rest of the cast, and it's like it's because that character had issues in real life, and so they were like, we're firing you, and we want to keep it open for the rest. So that maybe something happens, but your story's done. Like, we're done with you. But maybe. And you know, the crazy part is that that's probably the best performance that actor had. It's you know who William H. Macy is?
No.
Well, you've seen William H. Macy, of course. You've seen him. He's been on a bunch of movies. And have you ever seen the TV show Shameless?
I have not.
All right. He's from Fargo.
I know the guy.
Yeah. So that guy, great actor. Turns out you remember the whole thing with the college scandal and all that stuff that the celebrities were paying to get their kids into college and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened there is that his wife kind of took the fall for all that stuff for their daughter, but he was also getting the brunt of it. So the production company's like, we're not gonna make a lot of noise of this, but you're fucking done. So your character Frank, he's done. And in the final season, by the way, spoiler alert.
Was it like a House of Cards thing where it's like, look, we have to fire you, but this is gonna kill the show because you are the best character and actor?
Kind of. Well, he's the main character left. The other main girl, Emily Russum, left already, and so he's the dad. He's the biggest piece of shit on the show, And so with him gone, it's pretty much done, probably. And so the last season, they gave him alcoholic-induced dementia, early onset dementia because of alcoholism. And so his performance with that issue is fantastic. It's phenomenal. It's among the best acting I've seen him do. And then they just ended the show in a way that they only end his story, and everybody else, it's like, I think I know where you're going, but they left it open. And it's stupid. It's really stupid. It's a terrible way to end anything. It's I don't know what's happening. I guess we don't have any closers anymore when it comes to storytelling, but it's happened to me with a lot of mangas that I've watched. It's happened with a lot of animes that I've watched. It's an issue in the West and in the East. People just don't know how to close out things. Or maybe it's just like fans will never be satisfied with an ending no matter what, because no, that's not true, because there's endings that I'm actually pretty happy with.
There's endings that are... So, for example, infamous endings, The Sopranos.
Sure.
I would argue that's a good ending.
Yeah?
Even though it's a weird one.
But it's set up right.
It's set up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's if you've paid attention, you know what happens, pretty much. Although I think they've met some retcons there, and then they were planning to make a movie, and then the main actor died.
The movie is actually a friend of mine told me the movie's fantastic. It's among the best mob movies he's ever seen.
It's a prequel, isn't it?
Yeah, The Many Saints of Newark. They say it's fantastic.
I thought that was a show.
No.
So animes will never have an ending. High School of the Dead and No Game No Life.
No Game No Life is having another season, and High School of the Dead supposedly it's coming back. But
is it?
Didn't the writer die?
I don't know if he died or just stopped caring.
I think he died. And so
to me, it's like
I think what's happening with High School of the Dead is that season 2 is going to be created by the person who did the drawing. So what would you call that guy?
The artist?
Sure. I mean, they're both artists. Just one writes and one draws.
Well, I would call the other one the writer.
Okay. So all right, whatever. Inker is the person who gives them color. But yeah. So supposedly there's going to be a season 2. Supposedly. I bet I've been waiting for that season 2 for fucking ever.
You look, the thing with High School of the Dead, it doesn't need an ending. It's a zombie show. Have you ever seen a zombie show or a zombie related media that has like a satisfying conclusion to its issues?
No, it's more kind of like you have to deal with what's with the world, how it is.
This is how it is now, and that's it.
I guess.
Other than, I mean, obviously in horror movies, you can have a bleak ending where everybody dies, and this is just how the world is, and it can be a good ending, but well, it's not really satisfying for like a TV show.
Not really, but sure, bring it all back because we're kind of getting really off topic. Going back to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, I highly recommend it. Very enjoyable.
Does it end?
The Netflix show? It leaves it in a satisfying spot enough, but you can clearly tell that there's more there. So I want to watch the movie to see if the movie wraps the whole thing up. And supposedly, from what I've read, the show covers book 1 through 5, and the movie is like book 6 and 7. So I think it does wrap everything up, and at least it's not going to be a fucking recap movie, which I fucking hate. It's brutal because they add enough little things into it for you, like, all right, this was kind of different, but it's just a recap of the same fucking show. I hate it when they do that.
It's convenient for when you want to
save money.
No, just rewatch something.
It's not as fun. For example, I remember I watched the Anohana movie. The movie. Did I get that right? Anohana.
Yeah.
All right, so I watched that movie, and it's like this. None of this has the weight of the show. Because the show, it's a slow build, it's a slow burn, and it's more of like the dread of separation, and it builds up throughout the show. In this particular scenario, the movie, it's short, and so it's just rushed. Everything's rushed. They rush all the emotions. It's not really as heavy.
Sure, but it's convenient if you've already watched it and you just want to remember. Like, for example, if we were gonna make an episode of Anohana,
sure. You'd watch the movie.
I could just watch the movie and basically remember, get caught up.
I guess.
Or the same thing you could do with Ava. Like, there's Death and Rebirth movies.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite works of editing ever.
Like, obviously, you're not going to get as much as you did from the actual anime, but it's convenient.
What's the name of that song? I don't even remember. But, alright, that's it. That's a good place to stop. We figured out what we're going to do next week, probably. And, are you interested in watching the show now? Will you watch it?
What show?
Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
I thought you were talking about Domestic Girlfriend. My answer was no.
It's an okay show.
I'd rather just watch... What would be like a really bad anime?
Alright, let's see. Because whatever you say, you're going to have to watch instead of watching Domestic Girlfriend.
I'll watch the rest of Saint Seiya.
First off, fuck you. Second, it's really long. Like there's first off, it's like the Stadium Saga, then there's the Icky Saga, then there's the Hades. Well, the Hades Saga is actually way later. It's the House Saga. Then I think there's a Poseidon Saga. Then there's, I think, a Viking Saga. Then I think you go into the Hades Saga, and then you go into, I don't know, Lost Canvas probably. No, then there's Overture, which is it's a movie, I think, and it's fantastic. Overture's fantastic. Then I think you go into Lost Canvas, and Lost Canvas is the best Saint Seiya that there is. So
I don't know why I've lately gotten into the habit of beginning to watch really long series. Like, I've started watching Saint Seiya. I've been watching Sailor Moon. I'm talking like from the start, not even like the remakes and reboots and whatnot.
okay,
I've started watching Mobile Suit Gundam.
that's hefty.
Super Dimensional.
Sinville here is saying you should watch One Piece.
I've already watched One Piece. I watched it in a piece of shit laptop that was like this big.
Eric says that he can't die until he finishes One Piece.
That is my...
That's the only reason why he's still here. Otherwise, he'd be like, you know what, I'm good.
And I've switched over to the manga since the time skip because they just started meandering in the anime.
It happens. Anyway, you were saying something?
What other thing? Super Dimensional, something Macross. Started watching. Just shows that are like hundreds of episodes long.
Well, I'm still like in the middle of Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, you sort of stopped at like the best part.
Well, it's, you know what the issue was? It's that it stopped being dubbed. They stopped making the dub. And for
So now you have to use the good voices.
Well, here's my issue. It's not the voices. My issue with Naruto is that it's a lot of fucking filler.
So skip it.
So I don't have to. No, I mean in the episodes too. So I don't have to be watching it the whole time. I could just be listening and I'd be fine. But since now I can only watch the sub, I have to read everything because I don't know if I'm missing something important. So it's bullshit. It's really annoying because I was just powering through it. Naruto,
The
first
you have
Naruto,
to watch the show.
it's a show that's
Damn.
It's like 90% filler. It's like, imagine having to watch Dragon Ball Z with all that.
I did.
Yeah, but you were a kid and you had nothing to do and nowhere to go.
I did. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dun, dun, dun.
I bet you hate cowboy movies.
It's fucking different and you fucking know it. No, you know what type of filler I'm talking about.
With
Naruto, like a fight takes like 9 episodes.
Look, with Naruto, it is not even remotely close to the level of bullshit that Dragon Ball was.
Listen, it was an art form. Okay,
literally just look up online what episodes are filler and skip them.
But I like watching all the show. I like watching everything. I'm a completionist.
It's literally non-canonical. The filler.
But they were fun. Like, I watched everything between after where Naruto was supposed to end and Naruto Shippuden begins. I watched all of that, and it was fun. That's where you actually get to meet Hinata a little bit. I think that's where the dancing in the waterfall thing happens.
Yeah, I watched
when
those
you
fillers
realize
too.
that the girl's a freak. But
I watched those fillers too because I didn't have a choice because I was watching it when there was week to week. It was like, all right, this is what there is to watch. But it's not canon. It's not like it matters.
It is something that I like watching. Oh yes, fillers. 10 minutes on recap and narration, 5 minutes of actual plot progress. The last 5 minutes of meaningless dialogue. One Piece right now. Lol. Oh, that's why you stopped watching the show, right?
With One Piece, it's ridiculous because it always starts with like a 30-second intro of, it's Goldie Roger saying, and basically explaining what the One Piece is and what the pirates are looking for. And
like,
then the main intro begins, so it's like 2 minutes gone already. And then there's like a 2-minute recap of the previous episode. And in the end, there's going to be a little preview of the next one. It's almost zero content in the episodes.
I just got stressed hearing about it. That's terrible.
It's brutal.
It sounds disgustingly bad. But anyway.
But the actual content of the show is top tier.
Okay, so it's just they need to do a re-edit where they cut all that shit out. Basically, they did the same as they did with Dragon Ball. It's not Super. It's Dragon Ball Kai.
Yeah, but honestly, like even that was a little like they could have gone more with it. Like there's somebody who cut up Naruto Shippuden into like 6 hours.
Really? I'd watch that.
You shouldn't. Because that would not be like, let's say you did it and you reviewed it. That would not be that would not be right.
That would not count. I wouldn't know all the girls there. How could I pick best girl if I don't know all the girls?
And not just that. I mean, it's like it wouldn't be an honest review of the show. It would be a review of the
6 hour version. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
It'd be like reviewing the Hobbit movie that was edited to actually be good.
Or the Topher Grace edit of Star Wars, of the prequels. You know who Topher Grace is?
No.
Eric Foreman from That 70s Show. Apparently, he did an edit of episode 1, 2, and 3, and supposedly it's great.
Is it only the memes?
Hello there.
Because that would be fun.
Actually, that would be fantastic. Somebody should do that. But anyway, that's it for today. That's a good place to stop. As always, like I said, just short version. Watch the show. It's great. It's funny. It's also very interesting, and it has.
And don't skip the intro.
And it's very good. It's very good. It's very interesting. You'll like it. At least I think you do. You will. Anyway, as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World on YouTube and on Twitch live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Or you can send me something privately on Instagram at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Oh yeah, Sinville, Eric wants to say something. There you go. Eric, you can say something.
Oh, I just said, I don't know who that is, but I think they're cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, Sinville, Eric thinks you're cool.
Yeah, they seem to like good anime.
Yeah, you see,
unlike you.
We watch basically the same. You know what, go fuck yourself. Later.